Today I'm going to be walking through a beat that was inspired by the song Missiles by Lil Gnar and Trippie Redd. So let's get into it. So first, in the song, you hear the strings as the main melody.
Slurp it up, make a mess.
I made my own string melody with Contact. I have a free patch called the Free Orchestra that I got offline, and it had the perfect strings, and this is what it sounds like. So as you see, the melody keeps going. I have a consistent bottom line going because it keeps the consistency within the melody. I don't know what that would be called in producer terms, but I don't know, it just sounds more consistent that way. Next, you hear that in the intro, they also have a piano. I just made a piano that follows the strings melody, so this is what that sounds like. I have lowered velocity top notes that you can't really hear, but they do add a little bit of spice, I guess. So for the hook, I have the strings, I have an 808, hi-hats, clap, kick pattern. It's only used in the hook, 2 open hats, and a perk. So we're gonna go through each of those instruments. So an 808. With mixing, obviously. So what I did here was I kept it simple in the first half. The second half I made it a little more additive to the pattern. So for the hi-hats, this is the same pattern, just repeated. So I have messed with the velocity here. You can hear it ducks here and here. It adds a little bit of rhythm. The clap's just consistent, you know. The kick follows the 808 pattern exactly, and it's quieter, so it won't stick out in the mix. It's not meant to be noticeable. It's just supposed to give the 808 a little extra push. It just follows the 808 pattern. I have one open hat pattern that's a verse, and then I have a regular. It's the same open hat pattern, just one's reversed, or not pattern, but it's the same sound. One's just reversed and one's not. And then I have the same perk that they used in the song, but in a different placement. You know, it sounds nice. For the start of the verse, I have basically the same concept going here, except I also have a counter melody with a flute that's really quiet. Or it's an ocarina, but I used X-Band for this. Where's this? There it is. More simple than the original. And it kind of follows a similar style as in the song. In the song, it's on each beat of the measure, so it's here, but I did it on the thirds to match the rhythm of the song. Also chopped out a piece of the hi-hat pattern here, but I left it as the same. For arrangement, he does 8-bar intro, 8-bar hook, 24-bar verse, another 8-bar hook, another 24-bar verse, and then a hook, and then that's where it ends. There's no outro, it's just hook, and that's the end of the beat. So I basically followed the same arrangement pattern as in the song. I kind of did my own thing, but it basically follows the same thing. So in the beginning, I did a gross beat halftime on the strings as it was in the song, and I added the piano as backtracking. So this is what that sounds like. Okay, and then when we get to the hook, the gross beat cuts off, we remove the piano, and we just have the drums going all at once. So this is what that sounds like. You can hear the reverse. We have the counter melody here. This is the start of the verse. And then for this is the second 808 pattern. You can hear it at work. So then I put the halftime back on in this section of the song. I removed the 808s and I just have it play till the hook, and then there's a 2-bar cut right here at the edge of the measure. Add suspense, tension. So we have the half-timed strings with the drums. Add the piano, the layering. Then the hook comes back. So the only thing different that I did here was I added the flute into the hook, second half. So then this ends. Gross beat the strings again with the piano, full thing. You can hear it, and then I have a second hi-hat pattern that's just consistent right on the dot. And then I have the end of the second 808 pattern, and it goes back into the verse, and the bars just keep going. Same with the end of this measure, right into the hook. I did a hard cut on the strings because I did want it interfering with the 808. Here, I'll play the strings with and without it. It's not that noticeable, but if you have headphones on, you can definitely hear the lows getting cut out when I turn it off or on. For the piano, I also did a cut. Basically, this is a really slight hard cut. As contradictory as that is, but basically it just cuts out the keys, the action keys from the piano. You can hear them click, and that kind of just removes it. For the 808, I have a lot going on here. I have a low cut on the low end of the 808, and a rise, or I don't know what this is called, but basically I just raised up the mids because I wanted the 808 to sound more boxy than not. Wanted it to stick out more in the mix. Also had a stereo shaper to widen it. Fast distortion, which is kind of just more of a compressor in this sense. Yeah, and then I added a soft clipper to prevent it from peaking. And then when we moved to the hi-hats, I didn't really do much. I didn't do anything at all. Clap, I didn't do anything either. Just kind of mess with the volume. The kick, I didn't do anything here either. I just turned the volume down a lot compared to the 808. So if you hear it, they complement each other. The two hi-hat patterns, I mixed the same. I didn't really mix them. I just kind of leveled them, which I guess in a sense is mixing, but there wasn't really anything sticking out in the mix for me as far as that goes. When we get to the flute, I turned down the velocity on all of the notes, and then messed with the volume. I turned it about a little bit over halfway. And I added a hard cut, or not a hard cut, but a slight cut in the highs. For the perk, I didn't do really anything to it. I added a low cut because I wanted the low end of the click to be gone, but that's about it. This is the full beat.